little bit more.
Yeah, because I'm a romantic.
This episode is going to be called Statements of the Red Pill.
No, I was saying, all right, red pill dissonance, a statement reaction, something like that, something like that. But okay, so you've heard the term unconditional love, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, and most people, when they get into long-term relationships, they would hope to have that, right? Like, you want to put a ring on the finger of a girl who's going to love you no matter what, and y'all can unconditionally love each other, have a family, and just have a great life, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, you providing and you lose your job. Yeah, my wife is still going to be there. Nah. Even if I fall from Bill Gates to living in a van.
I think that exists, but that's beyond rare. That's very beyond rare to really have some kind of loss in your life to where it's going to throw you off your balance, throw you out the motion. And then somebody still be there to help you and pick up the pieces. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say it's
the perfect person.
Yeah, you like that point. You fucked around and found a real soulmate.
Yeah.
But like that is beyond. I'm not gonna say it's impossible to find, but that's a different breed of person that you're fucking with, and you better get back on your shit before they.
Okay. No. See, and that's my point.
Now I see what you're saying. It's not unconditional. If you got to get back on your shit.
Loved under the condition that you can provide something.
You know why most marriages fail?
Hold up. Did you hear?
I heard what he said.
You are loved under the condition that you provide something.
Comedian said that.
But no, that's the cold truth.
And to go into that, right?
Yeah,
it's like most marriages fail because they stop doing the things that made the other person fall in love with them in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
You stop being that same person. And it's like when marriage came in, it's like, okay, cool, I'm cool. It's like it breeds complacency. You get complacent, you stop doing the things that made the other person fall in love with you.
Mm-hmm.
A woman might gain weight. She might stop being as attractive as she used to be.
Mm-hmm.
A man might get lazy. He like, fuck it, I'm in the crib, I'm going to watch the game, give me a beer. We're not going to go on no dates. We're not about to be exciting no more. Shit like that. It's just like it's constant work.
Yeah, no, definitely, because I don't think anyone likes somebody that's complacent.
But everybody, when it comes to romanticism,
people act like it's much more possible to find that unconditional love than it actually is.
Yes,
I'm saying it don't exist. But continue. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna say it don't exist, but
it doesn't. It doesn't exist with sexual partners.
I think
you just
the only people that can love you unconditionally are your kids
and parents.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say
parents, and it's a gray area with parents.
I see what you're getting at. Like I kind of did admit it, but I feel like that's only for. That's why I said it's basically impossible. You gotta be of elite people. Mm-hmm. Like I mean, you gotta be part of the motherfuckers running the world type time where it's like, all right, they fucked around, exposed the husband, he can't make money out this, but the wife is on the opposite end doing the same shit, millions of dollars that this nigga loses his job. It don't matter at all.
Wait, say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Like, it's like.
You mean like if his wife is rich too, it won't matter and she'll hold him down? Why do you believe that?
I'm not gonna say I believe it, but I feel like I just think it's more. It's very hard to get at something like that. Like it's borderline impossible, but I'm not gonna say it's impossible.
What gives you hope on that?
Shit, ain't no hope. It's just because it's just different terms. It's different terms for different people. Like
he's trying to be politically correct.
That's what it sounds like a little bit, but I want to hear you out. No, honestly, I really want to hear you out because I feel you to the extent. Sorry.
No, you straight.
But continue. I'm sorry.
I mean, I feel like. Do you feel as though like if somebody eventually puts on enough that is so you don't feel like eventually if somebody puts on enough for somebody else like it's not gonna happen anything like that.
What you mean?
Like say a nigga did it his whole life, took care of the kids the whole time, took care of the wife the whole time, took care of every bill the whole time,
and then loses
40 plus years, and she's straight like she got her money. It's just sitting there. He loses his shit like she just going out.
Well, I do think the number that you just used makes it a little bit more interesting, right?
Yeah.
So if we're talking 40 plus years,
I wasn't just gonna pick 10.
No. I feel you, but when we say 40 plus years, I do think the key factor in that is how attractive is the woman what other options does she have?
After 40 years, it's not really like
Yeah.
you can pick up and move, especially if it's 40 years of marriage, because you gotta factor. Say you get married at like 2021, 40 years, you're 60, 61. How many people is out here looking for a 60, 61-year-old woman? So she may not leave you, but that does not mean that she's gonna love you the same that she did 40 years ago.
That's true.
See,
but she can still leave you.
No. This is what I wanted to add on to, because I agree with what you just said, but I disagree with you saying, like you said, it doesn't mean she can't leave you. I believe that if she is at the point where she has her own money, she's like wealthy in the sense that we were saying, like the higher level, and the man loses his stuff after 40 years, right? At that point, your options have dwindled. There are not a lot of people checking for you, right? But I feel like what's not being acknowledged is who is she checking for? Because not only are there a lot of people not checking for her, but a majority of the people she's checking for are not looking at her.
Yeah.
If she makes a certain amount of money, she's going to look for somebody who makes a certain amount of money. That already lowers her options. And then at that age, it's damn near non-existent. Who is a rich person at that age group who would get with her? And what value does her money bring to him if he's already rich? Is he looking for her money? No. So it doesn't really play a factor in attracting a man. And at the age of 60, who's looking for you just as a woman? You most likely can't have kids, and you already have your own children, so that's another factor. So who is looking for you? Like, that's why I say, like, it's not like when saying she could leave, I'm saying could, like, yeah, you could divorce, but you can't get anything better. So at that point, you're just in it for the long run, or you're alone. So I don't really look at that as really an option. It's just like leaving. It's not trading up. And maybe you could like find you a younger guy who might be attractive, and you could support him, and he'll give you some, you know, some what they call a gold dig dick, and that's it. I mean, what's your thoughts on that? What I just said? Because I wanted to add on to what he said before you went into that.
What you mean? Like just that last part?
Because I'm saying that if they've been together 40 plus years and he loses his shit, she's probably not going to leave. She's not going to leave because she's been with him. She can't do.
It's already been long enough, and there's no options left.
Exactly. So when we were getting into that, like the unconditional aspect, if we're talking, got married at 25, divorced at 35, divorced at 40, 45 maybe. You can still look good.
Yeah.
Your options are still lower.
And over time, less conditions can be met. So even at that time, even that point, he cannot fit this condition anymore, but he might fit other conditions. Maybe he's there emotionally. Maybe he might do some other shit. He might clean up, or he might fix the car, make sure it got an oil change.
Got to start overcompensating.
Other shit. But like he might already do that shit. But it's like in this aspect, because it's like she has no leverage anymore at this point. We've been together 40 years. He doesn't fit this condition, but he fits other conditions. Like you might be with a girl for 40 years. She does not look as good as she did 40 years ago that she does now.
Right.
But she still fits those other conditions that made you keep her. So, okay, yeah, she's less attractive now that she's older. But she still fits these other conditions, so I'm going to stay with her.
So you don't feel as though, like, you know how when the old people be together for a minute and they still be like, you're still as beautiful as the day we met. I mean, you feel like that nigga be capping?
Yeah, that's cap. That's just
you feel like he can't genuinely feel that way?
That's a you don't look fat in them jeans. That's all that is.
No, that's like
it
at
looks
this
great
point,
on you, honey. Like it's one.
You see the beauty in other aspects of themselves more than physical beauty. But it's like when you say you're as beautiful as the day I met you, it means I probably love you the same as I did when I first started loving you. When I first admitted that I love you the same, even though you do not look this way.
And I could see that. But I need your take on this real quick. So do you feel as though, let's say you were to get married, right? And you got this wife, you got good money, everything is cool, and you know, you straight, happy. If 10 years into the marriage. Let's say you're 35. You lose your job. You're at home. She has to start being the head of the household. And for 10 years, you're depressed and jobless. And you stay at home and you just eat. You gain some weight. Like all these different things, right? Do you feel as though she's going to stay with you in spite of you not going out of your way to get a job, in spite of you becoming less physically attractive, and in spite of your depression or your less confidence?
Probably not.
Probably not, right?
Yeah.
So how is unconditional love, unconditional romantic love real?
I see what you're saying.
And it's not to say it's not wrong, because as a man, it's like, yo, everybody goes through depression, man and women. Gotta get therapy. It's like, hey, when niggas lose their job, cool, gotta make money. And as a man, you're the provider. You have no choice. You have to do it. Period. Can't stay at home. Your wife said, don't worry, babe, I got it. Like, I could, nope. No. You're the man, you do that. She might want to do it for a little bit. She might tell you, I got it. That's not her role. That's not in her nature.
It's going to be a certain amount of time based on how she loves you, but there is a certain amount of time when those actions become unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's been too long, bro. It's like, yeah, I know you got laid off. This ain't shit you can do about it, but my nigga, it's been 6 months. What the fuck you doing?
Something.
Okay.
It becomes she might
years.
stay with you, but it comes a certain amount of time when it becomes unacceptable for you to be doing the shit that you're doing.
It's like the movie Acrimony. When she was with the man and he had this whole invention with Taraji, and she kept giving him money, put all this money into him because she loved him and she believed that he was going to blow up. And then left him because she's like, okay, enough is enough. I've waited too long. I done gave you too much. And then he ended up blowing up, and then she tried to spin the block and come back.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't watch that movie, but that type of example.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
If you was to see the movie, it was outside factors that affected her mindset.
Okay.
Like I see what you said. Like it still happened regardless.
But that's a realistic thing though, because the girl can still feel.
If you would have blew up, those outside factors probably wouldn't have
exactly.
mattered.
If everything would have panned out and you would have been doing everything that she believed you could have did on time, what everybody else had to say wouldn't have mattered. But since you were as bad as everybody was telling her on the outside, it's like, okay, yeah, it's time for me to let him go.
And that's real. I mean, so what's your thoughts on that? Because contemplating that type of stuff is how I came to the conclusion. And I'm not necessarily mad about it, because I understand that as a man, if I do what I'm supposed to do, if I work as hard as I'm supposed to work, if I'm able to provide like I am supposed to, and I can provide for myself, a potential wife, multiple kids, if I can do all that, then I am good. If I maintain myself as a man and as the head of the household, then I'm good. I don't have to worry about that type of shit, because I'm putting in the work to not have to worry about that type of shit. But when you accept the idea of sickness and health, richer or poor, till death do we part, and you don't remember nature, you're going to get messed up from that. It's just not true. Like, it's not to say that when you say all those things and you say your vows and whatever, it's not to say that you're not ideally hoping for that. But then that's a whole nother situation, because men are more likely to believe that than women. Women know that they're saying all these things because of what you represent to them and what you could provide for them. Men are saying all these things because of how they feel. And that is where it gets fucked up, because if you really feel like this is true, then you're going to be fucked up if you actually do get poor, if you actually do get sick. You're going to see how, less so sick than poor, but you're going to see how these things work. And then even with poor couples, you can see two bums, but at the end of the day, if a woman is a bum and a dude is a bum and he the highest value bum that she sees, she's going to be with him. It's like, and you could, she'll be loyal for him. She gonna like give him the first half of the sandwich she got out the garbage. Like she gonna make sure that
get all the deals on that crack.
Yeah, like,
I'm gonna fuck with him.
Yeah, it's like,
and it only works because everybody else that wants her is also a bum.
Exactly. And then let's say if a rich ass nigga was to come down there and tell her to hop in the fucking limousine, is she gonna go? Suppose he take her to a hotel, tell her get in the shower. After that, you have some different people come pick some fabric, make a dress for that. Get some makeup team, come in. You could turn a homeless girl. You could turn a homeless girl into a bad bitch
real quick.
Yeah.
real quick. She gonna stay with that bum?
Bob bum.
Now, how many women are gonna do the same thing for a man?
None.
And that's why, like, that's one of our key differences. A woman's money doesn't necessarily represent different things.
They wait at the finish line. This is this exact aspect. They wait at the
About write
finish
this
line.
shit down.
Right.
We're right.
And it's a lot. It's a lot to it. I mean, because in one of our other episodes, and we are referencing a lot. I'm cool with that. It's called "Men Are the True Romantics," and that one just dropped recently. It's because men are more likely to believe in that, and like, yeah, we really love each other, and all these different things. Where women, they feel it, but they feel it based on
What you got.
Exactly, it's different criteria. Where men is more based off of how you make them feel, opposed to what they really do. You look at success. Oh, what's up?
I was just gonna say, I think it's like that because, for like you said, like I don't even need to go over the shit. It's like,
Yeah.
like you said, you know, we already supposed to be the providers and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So what we gonna look for is the emotion. What we gonna look for is the feeling. While they not supposed to necessarily be the providers, so they gonna look for what they need, and damn the feelings if they don't fuck the feelings if they don't got what they need first. Yeah.
And that's real. And that's why it's so easy for a woman to detach when you stop providing what she requires.
Yeah.
I feel like that plays into like the whole thing when people say that's why it's worse when women cheat than when men cheat.
I mean, you've heard the term high value men don't cheat, they exercise options.
I feel like I've heard that before, and that's facts.
I mean, that just is what it is. I mean, when a woman cheats, it's because you don't value she doesn't value you enough. And when a dude cheats, he just wants some pussy. She was bad, I was horny, I fucked, and then I went and saw my wife. Played video games with my kids, had dinner.
The love is not really questioned when a man cheats. Just because he cheats does not mean he does not love his girl any less. Most of the time, when a woman cheats, she stopped loving you a minute ago.
Yeah.
She already broke up with you in her head before she cheated on you. And that's why women who will do shit like they might be giving a BJ, but then call their man on the phone, or they might be smashing another dude, answer the phone, have the other nigga talk. Super savage shit that niggas, if they were cheating, would never
do because the emotion is still there.
Yes, but women get emotionally attached. So to us, that shit is savage. To her, she don't really fuck with that nigga no more. It is what it is.
How you feel about this statement? Men cheat to maintain a relationship, women cheat in preparation to leave.
Yeah. I agree with that 100%.
Explain to maintain a relationship.
Yeah.
Meaning, if you were the type of man to say, I'm not going to cheat, every time you saw a different girl that you wanted to fuck and had the opportunity to fuck, you would have to break up. So instead of breaking up, you're cheating so you can stay with your girl and just exercise that sexual option. A woman who's cheating, she's cheating because she doesn't value her nigga enough. He's not doing what he needs to do. So she's fucking another dude, preparing to find something better. Entertaining that option.
I could see it like that, yeah.
It's like most side chicks cheat, or most women will be side chicks for the potential of being the main, for flipping that role. Or they'll cheat in hopes of switching the boyfriend out for the side nigga. It's like it's always a switching position when it comes to women, as opposed to a man. He's just doing what he does. It has nothing to do with my other relationship.
But we specify high value though. Just to,
of
just
course.
to like preface that, because it's not to say like men are gonna cheat.
But high value, or if you keep it a buck.
Well, no. See,
hold up, because out of time,
when you're honest about exercising your options, and that is actually part of the conversation that I had the other day with the homies. I was mentioning that. We get into that in a second, but it's to understand that just because you're a man don't mean that you're gonna be able to cheat and your girl's just gonna take that shit. It's like, that's a dumb thing. You have to raise your value. If you're a high value man and multiple women want you, you're going to have multiple offers for sex, more so than a low value man. And when you deal with that, you're a man. You have a higher sex drive than women. So women get approached with dick all day, every day. They don't exercise their sexual options as much because they're not as horny as us. And they have higher standards sexually. Whereas for a man, it's like, yo, I'm horny. You down? Let's go fuck. Deuces. Like, see you later. If she cool, like, yo, you hungry? Like whatever. But whatever.
It's like women get free admission in the Disney World type shit, and they can ride all the rides that they want. Mm-hmm. A man has to work. He has to meet all these criteria before he gets into Disney World. Is he not allowed to ride all the rides? Is he not allowed to exercise his options and be like, y'all had the ability to ride all these rides. Now I want to ride all these rides. Now it's a problem. And I feel like that it's like that differential is what makes it different.
Yeah, it is a lot to that. Really,
it's
like,
wild.
Really, you just got to understand that. Like, one, if you're gonna get into a long-term relationship, you need to let go of the idea of like, this is my one true love, my soulmate. It's no such thing as a soulmate. Like, saying that there's somebody for everybody is incorrect, because you can be a low-value person and nobody will ever fucking want you. You can raise your value and everybody will want you. It differs. And it's not just person to person. It's based on the work that the person does. So to some extent, yeah, you could say person to person. It's up to their discipline. But the lack of discipline, the lack of being able to raise your value is going to determine your options as you move forward. You got guys who will never cheat ever because they realize that they're lucky to even have the girl they got, or at least that's their mentality. You got guys that will never be loyal because they constantly got girls coming and they know they want to do what they want to do, so they keep it a buck. You got, or maybe they don't keep it a buck, but then you got certain guys that will tell their girl, and this is, I'm not going to say their names, but one of the homies, the one that wear glasses, right? I brought it up to him, and he was I was talking about like, yo, like, how do you feel about cheating? Because I brought up the master of cheating, right? And from that, he said,
same nigga who said he wasn't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. I think so. I forget which one you talk. I'm talking about. Well, I'll abbreviate. I'm gonna say deer.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
It's like three niggas with glasses.
Yeah.
Bet. Okay. Go ahead.
So him, I'm like, yo, like, how you feel about cheating? And he says, oh, cheating is wrong, whatever. And I'm like, yo, what if you told her you was gonna be messing with other girls, like, already? Like, so yeah, yo, we could be together, but I'm still gonna be fucking with whoever. He was like, oh yeah, I already do that right now. Like, yeah, I'll tell a girl, like, yeah, like, we could do whatever, but I'm still gonna be doing me, blah, blah, blah. That is part of what made me think of RP dissonance, because it's like, I might ask him certain questions that sound blue pill as fuck, but then at the same time, that's some, like, that's honest shit. And you can't necessarily do that unless you have a perception in their eyes of high value. If you're a guy that they're attracted to and they know they got competition for you, and you keep it up front that you're gonna be dealing with other chicks, but they stay with you, no normal nigga could just do that. You have to be higher value in order to do that. If you honest about it, that's the way to go.
Higher value in what aspect?
Higher value in their eyes. I mean, you could take it from the lowest level.
So the perception.
My thing is, you could not necessarily even be a high value man, but if you're fucking with low value women, they'll let you get away with that shit too.
Well, when we talk about low value, high value women, that's really based on the level of men she can attain and keep.
Yeah, so like if her list is short, yeah, she gonna let that nigga do whatever he wants.
What do you mean?
Like, if it's not many niggas that want her, and that one man does, but he's like, okay, I'll be with you, but I'm also be with them. That doesn't necessarily make him high value if she has no value herself.
It's a reason. It's the reason why niggas fuck with bigger girls.
Well,
it's just like, because niggas will say they have low self-esteem. It's like, it's the shit out there. It's like, big women give the best head. And the rationale behind that is because they try harder because they know they're less attractive, so they're willing to do or keep up with more shit. I don't feel like that's the concept of it. It's like, it all depends on how a person views themselves, and then they view the other person.
Well, yeah, I would agree with that, Because like in the same way I was saying, like the determining the high value versus low value woman depends on the level of man she's able to get. It really starts off within her own mind. It's like, does this woman find you high value? You could be a bum, she don't know. You could be broke, she don't know. You could be insecure. If you play it right, she don't know. What does she think your value is? That determines what your value is in her eyes and what you're able to do moving forward with that information. You could be a 5, she think you a 10 unless you cheat. You could be a 5, she sees you as a 4 and don't even look at you. It all depends on her perception of your value. But when a woman is with somebody she perceives as high value, and when I say high value, I'm not talking about money per se. I'm talking about straight up in her head, like where I was going to get to before. If you're in elementary school, middle school, and you're in a band, whoever's in the higher positions in band, the girls that are in the lower position might look at him a certain way. High school, whoever is in the basketball team or the football team is going to be the higher value guy in comparisons to the other guys. When you're in college, it could be a similar thing. If you're on a ball team, if you're top of the class, if you're a professor, if you go to the job and the girl's an assistant and you're in the higher levels, she perceives your value. She could be making 10,000, you making 20,000. You're high value to her. And it could continue to go. The older they get, though, like a woman could be making 20,000 and you ain't shit unless you making 100. But it is all about her standards and her perception of your value.
Can I ask a question based on that?
What's up?
I want to ask them a question. Because it was like, it's this concept of where the more money, because it's like, before I get to that, niggas will say, if a woman wants a family, she should focus on finding a good man first before she focuses on a career.
Mm-hmm.
And they say that because the more money a woman makes, the more she diminishes her options. Mm-hmm. So, because women are less likely to settle. So, if she makes $100,000 a year, she needs a man to make at least $100,000 a year or more, as opposed to a nigga who makes $100,000 a year could find a bad bitch on the Explore page and cuff her. Women won't do that.
No.
And that's why women who are usually in a higher caliber of job or who make more money tend to be less happy. Or like their marriage rate is less because they dwindle their options. As a woman, naturally, she wants someone who's better than her. Mm-hmm. So in order to be better than me, you have to make more money than me. Not realizing she makes more money than the majority of the men that she's trying to, the majority of men in the world. So she's dwindling her options. As opposed to more money a man makes, the more options he gets.
Right.
See, and this goes into why, like our discussion we had earlier, where 10 to 20% of men are smashing a majority of the women because women want the best they can get. Mm-hmm. The more you see, the more you compare it to. You weren't like back in the day. You weren't going to just see a millionaire or a billionaire. It just wasn't common. You weren't going to see that. Now they see it. That's what they want. Got to be that. And I mean, that's just a sad price of accessibility. I mean, we have accessibility now, but it is what it is. And back in the day, the millionaire, he ain't have Facebook. Like a millionaire in New York did not know about that one bad bitch in Idaho. Never was going to see her in life. Now he saw her on IG, he could fly her out to the city.
That's true.
And women get stuck on that potential and that hope, and it clouds their value of where they're at in life.
Yeah.
Especially since, like, they're already born with value. I said this in our argument with our sisters. I was like, women are born with power, so it makes them kind of entitled or privileged. And those who have privilege can't see it. Mm-hmm. It's like they really can't understand how easy they get it. And
yeah.
Like, if you tell them certain shit, it's just like, no, that's not it.
No, that's not possible.
Yeah. It's like, we don't do that. I'll do this. I'll do that. It's like, it's easy for you to say that, but what you do in life does not equate to what you bring it.
The black guy who walked through the hood comfortably didn't know about the white boy who just got a skateboard robbed. I mean, that's like racial. I mean, it's supposed to be more of a joke than serious, but I mean that in the sense that if you in a place where you have certain privilege, you're not going to really notice. You just went peacefully. You don't know about the people who struggle down this path. Mm-hmm. And that
or it's like they have no capacity to understand the struggle.
I feel like you just don't, like, I feel like it's less about that. You literally don't know.
Yeah.
Like, that's not your experience. Like, you just haven't, like, I only made that joke simply because I've seen something kind of similar, but, like, you might go down a random place where you're good. It's your quote-unquote people, whether it be nerd niggas, whether it be hood niggas, whether it be music niggas. You go through pretty peacefully. And then somebody that don't got that privilege. Like, or fuck it. Let's say, let's use skill for a comparison of privilege, right? Just for a quick analogy, right? If I'm great at rapping, then I go on the microphone. I mean, I grab the microphone, go on stage, and the crowd fucks with me. That's my privilege. If I'm just good, I expect that, and I do that, and I garner that. Mm. Whereas the guy who ain't good, he don't got that same privilege. He gets booed off the stage. He gets kicked out. I can't relate. I'm not there to see that. My experience is different. I have the privilege of being a good rapper. He don't got that privilege. This nigga struggled, got kicked out. He dealing with a struggle I can't relate to. Don't even know what it's like. It's like putting your mindset there in order to really empathize with other people is hard when you really can't relate. You have no idea what that experience is like and how it can affect a person. Mm-hmm. I mean, that just is what it is now. I mean, it's kind of similar with us. Like, women like to say we're equal with this and we're equal with that, and this is the same for both of us, but they just don't know what it's like to get booed off the stage and got to be Eminem and go home, write some shit, come back when that shit fire, and like they're born ill, getting praised, contracts. We got to go home, write some shit down.
5 beats a day for 3 summers.
Don't come back until something dope hits you. Like, and it's either stay the fuck home or keep going till you can rock the crowd. Only difference is women start off nice and they get ass as they get older. And then they like surprised when they get booed off stage.
Yeah.
Whereas the nigga kept grinding, and by the time he older, he rocking the crowd, and it's like, yeah, like
it's like
that's how we're supposed to be.
Women can make them hit singles that they blow up early. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They making that bread, but then they fall off. Mm-hmm. It's like opposed to a nigga, his shit just kept getting better over time. Mm-hmm. And it's like now he's perfected his craft. They're less likely to perfect their craft because they're already nice. Mm-hmm. You get all the privileges. Why I gotta work? Fucking Freezer. Why the fuck I gotta train? Why I gotta train? I was born like this.
Right.
Fact.
Everybody's a monkey if you're not as strong as me.
It's just like, I don't understand.
Trained for how long? Like a month, and then got
training?
A whole new form.
What's training? Mm-hmm. The fuck? I don't know what that is. You had to do all that? Chalked.
Ooh.
Dead.
Women are Frieza, men are Goku. Ooh. Gotta start off weak, grind, get stronger.
Yeah.
One day you become Super Saiyan. Mm-hmm. And then even that ain't enough. You gotta keep pushing. Always. Mm-hmm. Man gotta be Saiyans. You can't ever accept nothing because it's always gonna be something more powerful that you gotta defeat.
2 months you fucking with Super Saiyan Blue. Mm-hmm. That's women if they train, but they don't have to.
Right. But honestly, that's even better because if women understood what that meant, they'd be more successful. All I mean is learn what you got to do, and you could beat anybody and win the game. But y'all keep trying to play the game. I feel like women are like Frieza and Vegeta mix. It's like, on the one hand, they're Frieza because they got the power and they don't even understand like what it takes to attain that power.
But they got that pride,
and they want to make the fight last as long as possible. And then the only thing is, if you keep on fighting and you get like, yo, I'm Goku. I'm getting stronger as I fight. I have a Zenkai boost, Sensu beans, Dende, and substitutes, nigga. like, what's good? Like, I'm gonna get stronger. You're Frieza mixed with Vegeta. You gonna drag this fight out and lose. Just look, you could have blew the planet up off rip, dipped off, had you a nigga, and
You
been
wouldn't do that.
fine.
You was cocky.
Like,
Right.
yeah, you wanted to be, your Vegeta side was poking out. You wanted to drag the fight out. And, I mean, look what happened to Vegeta. He got shot in the chest. Got buried mid-fight.
That's a fact.
Got buried mid-fight. It's like, look, you got to understand your power and do what you can with that shit.
Okay, so what do y'all think, like, the BBLs and all of the body enhancements is doing for the game as far as, like, is it helping or hurting the women?
Is that
And
body
long-
enhancements?
Yeah. As
It's
far as
helping them get dick and money, not rings and children.
Okay. But there is niggas out here who will just cuff the joint cause she look good.
Marry her
Yeah.
Yes, there are niggas who are like that and will do that.
and do those marriages last?
Hold up.
Most marriages don't last.
I think
so.
we're
I
in a
think
different.
that's the issue. I'm saying that's the issue because like women want the attention. They're not thinking about the long-term relationship until it's too late. Women aren't getting a butt lift because they want a husband.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they want money and more followers on IG.
For sure.
It's not helping them get long-term relationships. Honestly, I feel like it's detrimental because you got a lot of dudes with money. They'll go to the strip club, they'll smack the fake ass, and they'll smash and they'll do whatever. And when it's time to get a wife, they got them a nice little natural girl who's chilling.
Mm-hmm.
They'll fuck 9s and 10s all day, marry a 8. Just chill. It's like it's not helping them. It's getting them attention and money, but it's not what they think it is. And that's the long term.
It's like that's the fast money game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quick turnaround.
Yeah, fast money brings slow problems.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, yeah, you could get whatever you want now. You might be able to live it up with rappers and shit like that, but none of these rappers are gonna cuff you.
Nope.
If they might cuff you, it's not gonna last.
And there you go.
I think when it comes to the body enhancements, we don't really like not just famous people with all the money, but like the more so normal people. We don't got no pull on that right now because that just got. I'm not gonna say it just got hot, but within like the last 20 years, we gotta wait and get some information about that because I know it's been happening, but you gotta see where that goes
Boss,
right
yeah,
now.
If
I
you
know
got
a couple
if you 60
normal
with a
joints-
fake ass type.
I know a couple normal Johns that's around our age that's about to get BBLs.
Nah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. We don't know.
Damn it.
We don't know if they fucking around, get married, and they gonna last like in the next 40.
I'm saying statistically,
it probably
not
won't. Yeah,
gonna
nah.
happen. So
But
like when we
statistically,
say
a
we don't,
basic marriage don't
but
last.
when we say we don't know, I feel like that's slightly disingenuous because like we know for the most likely, like we have information to where it's like, yo, most likely this will not last because X, Y, and Z.
Mm.
And a lot of the time, and I feel like that's the dissonance there because you might say, well, all right, not everyone or not most likely, but you never know. I feel like your inclination to say you never know is society because realistically, it's probably not. And we look at it. It's the numbers have been going up as far as divorce and breakups and all these different things. We can see how many marriages divorce, and then we see most of them are by women. It's probably not gonna last. I mean, and we could look at how things have changed as women have become more sexually quote unquote free over the last 50 years. We can see that marriages have gone down, happiness has gone down, all these different things have gone down as they have done these type of things.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not going to last because of that. Because of that butt lift, you're probably not going to find the husband that you want and have the family you want. You're going to get some followers. You're going to get some attention.
Let me ask them a question.
Yeah.
Why do you think women get BBLs? Is it to attract the right man, or is it to garner attention from most men?
It's to get the man that she wants.
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
They want the ones that got the money. So to get the money, to get the ones that get the money, like y'all said, their power is.
Hold up. Why do you think that they think the nigga they want wants that? Because the niggas they want don't be marrying that. They just like their pictures on IG and fly them out the fuck. So why do you think
most
they
of the men that they want aren't getting married?
That too. I'm with you.
So
there.
you got to look
I'm
at
with
it.
you there. I'm with
right,
you there. All right, continue.
Right
continue.
now, a lot of the women aren't looking for marriage because the niggas that they are looking at aren't getting married. So they're like, okay, if I can fuck with this nigga a little bit and get this bag real quick, that's what I'm going to do, because later down the line, there will be a corny ass nigga that will marry me.
You think that's the current plan?
Does that
money's the motive right now?
Hold up. Does that benefit men or women?
It benefits women. It benefits women and rich men. The average dude reaps no benefit from this, but the women get benefit because it gives them access to people with more money that they never would have had access to before with their regular natural body, and it benefits the rich men because they get more women that they can.
And I feel like it does not benefit women because, yes, they have more access to these men, but these men that they have access to are not going to cuff them. They're not going.
That's not what they're looking for. Right now, a lot of people are looking for payouts.
Yeah,
they're not looking for long-term relationships.
Mm-hmm. If money the motive, people gonna do whatever. I think that's right now. Money's the trump card.
It's alpha fucks, beta bucks, bro.
Yeah, I hold up. I know that, and when I said women don't benefit, because it's like at the end of the day, a woman is gonna want kids at the end of the day.
It's alpha fucks. This is the alpha fuck side of it. And then finding that simp nigga later, that's the beta buck side of it. They get what they can. They attract these higher level niggas. They fuck them. Hopefully they get pregnant, and then they get that nigga. And even if they don't get pregnant, they get their bag, and then they get that simp.
I guess I got confused because, like, I feel like, what simp? If you didn't fuck with a bunch of rappers, what simp in that level are you feel like you'll be able to keep?
I mean, look, I feel like when we talk about a simp in general,
bad
bitch could keep it. My bad. A bad bitch could keep a simp off of being a bad bitch. She can't keep a real nigga, but she could keep a bad. I mean, she could keep a simp just because she a bad bitch. That's it.
The John Bundle of Brittany. She wrote the whole. She wrote
the book.
She wrote the book about
all the NFL niggas, NBA niggas,
the whole
rappers.
Pacers team.
She
wrote a book about it. Lil Uzi,
with an NBA player, and got a baby by him.
Yeah.
Oh, that nigga.
And
pray for him.
They're together. I think they might be engaged.
Yeah.
Pray for him.
It worked out for her.
No, it didn't. They're not gonna last. Pray for him. If they last, he being used. And
I guess this is a long.
What's his name? What's his name?
Who is it?
God,
he on the
long game.
I'm about to say I could look it up real quick.
That nigga. Goddamn, pray for him.
Take a shot for that.
Because this is
he on the
pray for him, dog.
What you have done is like it's a long game. Women, it's like women's power is giving access to relationships. Men power,
No, sex, and men got relationships.
Oh yes, you're right. Women's power is their access to sex. Men determine sex. Men determine relationships.
You fucked that up.
Women determine sex. Men determine relationships.
Yes.
Nigga been drinking too much.
You're dicking. That's what it is. Thank you so much for correcting me. But it's like, that's the point. And if women find more fulfillment in family, is there really a family without a man?
That right there.
But this is the thing. All right, so we're gonna go like this. OnlyFans girls.
What about them?
It's simp ass niggas that's gonna pay $20 a month to see this OnlyFans girl get fucked by all these niggas that already got bread.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're feeling it. You're lining her pockets to watch her get fucked by other niggas. Mm-hmm. And I say it's a good handful of those niggas that are paying that $20 a month that would love to be in that position and given a chance would give that same girl a relationship.
Yeah, I disagree. I feel like, well, hold up. No, I'll say there is a lot of simp niggas that will put her in a relationship. And the key word there is simp. But when we talk about like real men, like real ideal.
And that's what
like,
women
men,
naturally want.
It's different. It's different. No real niggas gonna do that shit. Like, I mean, look, I hope I can speak for everybody in this room where I say none of us in this room is gonna fuck with no OnlyFans girl, no porn star, somebody that been ran through on camera. And
definitely not. I'm definitely not.
All right, so
that shit out.
So when we talk about these type of things, yeah, we could always discuss the simps. My goal, and honestly, I mean, I don't know if you would agree with me, Twan, but me personally, I say the goal of this podcast besides talking about, like, because we've been on this kick for a minute, but when I talk about these type of topics, my goal is to erase all type of sympathy, all type of weakness from men. I want to be able to discuss different topics about men, women, when it comes to this type of shit, at least. Discuss topics about men and women without no cap, without no bullshit. Have niggas understand that you need to better yourself, increase your discipline, and not be that. Understand your value. Raise your value. Utilize your value. But don't be one of these niggas that just take anything you could get because you scared. Don't hype up a girl who's being hyped up already. It's like, well, what is the point in doing all that? You're just another one. It's like, yo, don't be a fan. You can't be a fan. You treat a woman like a fan, she gonna treat you. I mean, excuse me. You treat a woman like a celebrity, she gonna treat you like a fan. You treat a woman like a queen, she gonna treat you like a peasant. You need to be a king. You can find you a queen. And then that goes into another topic. I mean, like, for real, I remember, like, when I first started getting into the shit, I was asking different questions to see certain opinions. I was like, all right, do all women deserve to get treated like a queen? And then I followed up with another question saying, does a king treat a woman like a queen? I mean, when you think about it, a queen is dope. She gets a lot of praise from everybody. But does a king treat a queen like a queen? Because the king is the king. The king gets just as much, the king gets more praise than the queen. The queen gets praise because she's the queen, but the queen is really just the king's wife.
Yeah, I see what you're getting at. Cause
it's like, yo, the king is not going to treat his queen like a queen. He's going to treat her like his girl.
Yeah, it's like to a certain extent, you still you can't go all in, and you gotta treat them kind of regular.
Let me ask you a question real quick. So, like, basically to sum it up, right? It's like a king. Can a king be a king without a queen?
Yeah.
Can a queen be a queen without a king?
She can't become one, but she can be one, yeah.
Hold up. What does that mean?
If you have a king and a queen, and the king dies, the queen is still the queen.
Yeah.
But she can't marry a guy and just make him a king.
Make him a king.
They have to choose based on who is the next in line.
Yeah.
But she
that
can't
also
marry
depends on how your
yeah.
shit runs.
I mean, but yeah, under a general understanding of monarchies, right? A king can go marry a peasant, she becomes the queen. A queen marries a peasant, he's just the queen's husband. That's it. The king dies, his queen is still the queen. Like, we talk about, like, Queen Elizabeth or, like, old time Queen Elizabeth, whatever. Like, she's still the queen, but she didn't have a husband or she died alone. I forget the exact terms of that particular situation. But you don't hear about a king when we reference that simply because she couldn't just marry a nigga and make a queen.
So the title of queen cannot be established if there's a king first.
And no, unless there's a king first.
Unless there's a queen. That's what I meant.
Yeah, you need a king to become a queen.
But you do not need a queen to become a king.
Correct.
Okay, I guess that's to sum it up.
Mm-hmm. And that's where it goes to. So, like, as we close out, so what's y'all thoughts on this? Like, come around real quick. So, starting with you, what are your thoughts on everything we've discussed up until this point? Like, breaking down into the RP a little bit, different examples of different topics.
The RP, from what I've gathered today, honestly, it's always thinking about your value.
Mm-hmm.
Always thinking about your value. Always thinking about your discipline. Your value is going to determine what you end up doing for the rest of your life. You know, your discipline as well. You gotta stay on top of your shit, or you're not gonna get what you want. And that's women, anything else in life, money, all that. You gotta stay with what you're doing. Success, it's not gonna come if you don't, like, cut out the bullshit that you're doing and stick to it. And then it was something that I was thinking, damn, I forgot. What about the I think that's really it. I'll let you know if I remember that shit.
Get a little closer to the mic. Oh, well, you good.
My fault.
Yeah. What's up?
From what I got from this whole conversation is, as a man, everything you want in life is obtainable as long as you work on yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Once you look outside yourself to seek value, you're ruining your own value.
That's what I was going to say.
Everything is internal. Once you internally check in and you start bettering yourself, everything will fall in your lap.
You got to maintain your view of yourself. Like, even if you get into a relationship, you got to maintain, like, yo, this is me, this is you. You always got to have you.
Mm-hmm.
It could be you and then us, but it's got to be you.
Mhm.
It could even be us first, but
Nah.
it got to be you.
Yeah, you can't help nobody till you help
maybe
yourself.
No. You're right. It could be like as close as possible on the level, but it has to be you and what you're doing.
And that's real. I mean, I like having these type of talks because a lot of people don't really think about it, right? Like a lot of people don't. And me personally, like a lot of views that I had prior kind of got shattered as I started digging into the philosophy, seeing different examples, seeing people, even down to doing like street interviews, which we plan on start doing pretty soon. Like we're gonna go out, try to like talk to different people in public and like get some of these different opinions, right? But a lot of people don't think about these type of things, whether they get pussy, don't get pussy, whether they have experience with women, they're confident, or they're immature and timid. Like a lot of people don't think about these concepts, and some might naturally apply some of them, but maybe they feel bad for it. Maybe they down the way it sounds. They don't really admit it as up front. But when you really look at it all, it's the same type of shit. Like we are who we are. We want what we want, men and women. Men have been taught to feel bad about what they want. Women have been empowered to overutilize what their methods at getting what they want. And it's created a displacement in power, imbalance of power. And we see it. Men got weaker. Women keep leaving. I mean, we could blame women or we could get better as men. That's what it comes down to. Like, yeah, we talk about what women do and how women act and whatever, but never get it twisted. You as a man, you can't control a woman. All you do is better yourself to where she respects you enough to comply. You don't control her. She chooses to do things. You choose what raises your value. She chooses who to follow and establish her value. Swan, what's your closing thoughts?
I guess my closing thoughts is like a summary of like the red pill. Because it's like what y'all two said is like what niggas forget about the red pill. Because most niggas, they think it's about getting bitches, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
But it's like the most important aspect of the red pill and why niggas promote it is because it's about benefiting men and to know the intersexual dynamics of men and women is to understand yourself. Therefore, so it's about uplifting men.
Right.
It's like
Self-improvement.
yes, it's all at its base. It's about self-improvement because at the end of the day, what men want women. How do you get women? By being a man. Women do not want to be the center of a man's life. Women want a man who has a life. So therefore, you have to be in yourself, understanding yourself. And society has taught us to go against that. Like the blue pill is to put women above yourself. But that doesn't make sense because human beings are inherently selfish. And that is seen in men and women's sexual strategy. Men, we fuck as many bitches as we can. That's what it is. A woman's sexual strategy is to find a man who can provide for her, and she can fuck whoever she want. A cuckold ass nigga. And most men across the world do not want to be cuckold. That shit is chalk. That shit is disrespectful to men for the most part. It might be fucked up for us, but it's what benefits women maximum. And I feel like as humans, that's where the compromise and the purple pill and certain shit comes in on what you want in your life and being content and what you get and going for what, understanding men and women and being able to rise to the value that you want to attain.
Yeah. I mean, I'll close up by saying you got to rise to the value that you want to attain, but you should always keep striving. Always keep striving, always keep reaching for more, always keep trying to do better and better.
Especially as men.
Especially as men. And women, the better the man you choose, the better you'll be long run. And whatever you help him get, you got. It is what it is. And we can continue to grow and learn and do different things, but we just need to understand ourselves. A lot of the stuff that we talked about today, a lot of people might disagree with. A lot of people might have issues with. But like I said, it takes a lot of time where you just sit back, reflect on your life, think about different things you've gone through, talk to your friends, look up different studies, look up different experiences of other people. Try to widen your range of information as much as possible so you can properly understand the wide scope of it.
My man's OVO, you know who I'm talking about. My man's with the OVO tag.
Mm-hmm.
He never got the bitches he wanted. He only got the bitches he could get because he was a simp.
And there you go. And I'll say he's lucky to even get anything if he was a simp. But I mean that is what it is.
Am I capping?
Nah.
It's big cap, no bullshit. I'll keep it a buck. I'll air niggas out. Am I capping?
No, ain't no cap.
What about you? You know OVO.
Who? I don't know who that is. Like,
Mr. Grimy.
Yeah, bro.
And I don't even know this is
Grimy.
Yes, bro.
Mr. Grimy.
Mr. Grimy.
some niggas, bro.
He
Y'all funny.
He never got any bitch that he wanted. He only got the bitches he could get
And that's
because he
nature,
was
though.
a simp.
That's nature though, because like
Yes or no? Am I capping on that?
Nah.
Exactly.
But that's natural.
Don't be OVO.
It's like,
Fuck
yo,
that.
Don't be that. But I'm saying,
Work on yourself and get what you want.
Mm-hmm.
but all we do is get what we can get. It's about raising the level of shit you can get.
Nah, but he's saying like
Understanding your value, and it's
Yeah.
like you know what it takes to get what you want,
ra-
and matching that.
raising it to the point where it is what you.
Do you
can
really
get.
want?
Okay,
Do you really
I'm
want
with you.
that?
I'm with you.
Do you
I'm with
really
you.
want to fuck bad bitches?
You just
Yeah.
make what you
Get
want.
some
up
fucking
and
money,
up
nigga.
yourself.
to the point
If
where
you
you
wanna
can't
fuck these
yeah.
bad
Get you
bitches.
some game, some confidence, and some experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
And you need money, but I'm saying money,
it's like-
money is more so for long-term relationships than it is.
yeah, that's
for
true.
initial fuck.
But it's like
Nah, right now.
to get what you want, you need that.
Uh-huh.
So get that if you want to get what you want.
But yeah, I feel like we don't settle.
Work on yourself.
That's it right there. I'll end it off here. Don't get bitter, get better, and better and better. That's it.
It's been another one.
Right. Big cap, no bullshit. Like, comment, subscribe. You already know what it is. Deuces.
Peace.